Tim Richmond, look out. This matinee idol gets results. Starts 9th.
This triple play having moved away from the field. Richmond, Earnhardt, Bodine, and Buddy Baker in 4th has pulled away from the pack and is trying to catch up with these speedy 3. They'll say we're watching 3 cars, 3 drivers, very successful on super speedways as Bodine moves down low, Earnhardt staying up high.
Bodine and Earnhardt side by side down the back straight, in every way recreating the duel that they had here in the Daytona 500 earlier this year in February. That duel resolved when Dale Earnhardt, who's riding high here up next to the wall above Bodine, ran out of fuel and Bodine took the win.
As a result of Bodine breaking that 2-car draft, Richmond was able to pull slightly ahead of those 2. Now Bodine drops back in. Of the 5 wins that Richmond has in his career, 4 have come on the super speedways. But we were first exposed to him with Indy cars back in 1980. After that, Richmond decided to break away from IndyCar racing and move to the Grand National scene, where he has had relative success. We asked Tim Richmond if he ever felt bad that he stepped away from IndyCar racing and moved to race against the good old boys.
I've always regretted not really whipping them guys in the IndyCar ranks. You know, I really wanted to beat them and beat them good, like I do here and like any other race car driver would want to do. But I left there prior to really, you know, making a big mark in IndyCar racing, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm not sorry about coming here to the Winston Cup Series. This is where my style, my desire as a race car driver, I think, lies more than any other form of racing because of the close, in-tight length of the race.
All 3 of the top 3 drivers right now are in their 30s, as we have so many elder statesmen also in the field. And Dale Earnhardt reclaims the lead, pushing number 25 Richmond back into 2nd. Oh, Richmond, a hot driver this year, a win at Pocono, 6 top 10 finishes. Buddy Baker, one of those older drivers who has had to wait a long time between wins, and Richmond, who has been so much in the limelight. And by the way, when we forced Tim Richmond to think about Liberty Weekend, he reflected on America as only he can.
Well, you know, there's a lot of problems, and, you know, I haven't been a lot of other places in the world, but I'm just glad to be alive, first of all. And second of all, I'm glad to be an American. You know, what can I say? I'm one of the luckiest people in the world to be able to be an American, and I'm just glad I have a lot of other good people to be the same way. And not only that, but I'm an American stock car racer.
When this caution lap is completed, that will make 157. It will be a 3-lap dash to the finish for the field at the Firecracker 400. It is something Tim Richmond has fantasized about.
So you can't really make a plan, but you've got to kind of have a few options for when things do happen. But I can remember, and I still do it. I sit around and I daydream about how I won this race or how I won this, and was in a different position all the time. And I get more nervous sitting at the coffee table thinking about how I might win a race or what the circumstances might be and who I might be being beat by or beating for the win. And I get a whole lot more nervous sitting at a table daydreaming about that than I will out here actually doing it.
The pace car pulls away. Tim Richmond streaks in front of the field. The green is out. 3 laps to go. Richmond taking full advantage with some nifty driving following the crash of Dale Earnhardt. That did not hurt Earnhardt. He is okay, but it did hurt the feelings of Buddy Baker, who lost the lead as a result of it. Richmond has a clear track in front of him. Also interesting to note that the top 5 cars on the restart, it was Richmond, Sterling Marlin, Darrell Waltrip, Ricky Rudd, and Bobby Hillin Jr. had never won at Daytona before. Right now, Richmond looks like he's well on his way to winning for the first time in Daytona as he gets the white flag. 1 lap to go.
Yes, but things aren't that secure. Did you notice him slide coming off that last turn? In other words, he is running it right on the limit, cutting across in front of the others down that back straight. It's a move very reminiscent of Neil Bonnet in his prime, trying to make sure that nobody follows him. Right now, Allison is following him, might be able to slipstream past. It doesn't matter. Allison not in a position to win a lap back. And in fact, Allison, looking gentlemanly to me, not actually making a bid on Richmond. Richmond looking good.
No one seems to be emerging from the pack for a last-minute challenge. Richmond into the tri-oval. Richmond across the finish line. The checkered flag to win the 28th running of the Firecracker 400. His 6th win, 5 of them on super speedways. We had rain, we had yellows, we had a couple of crashes, some nifty driving and mistakes by some important veterans.
Yes, and we saw the mixture of aggression on the part of Richmond, tempered with good sense and an awful lot of talent. A good mixture to win this race.
Richmond followed by Marlin, Bobby Hillin Jr., Waltrip, and Petty in Daytona. The richest 400-mile race in the history of NASCAR has been won by Tim Richmond. Sterling Marlin was there all day, finishing 2nd. Darrell Waltrip, important points for the national championship, and Kyle Petty. Alan KULWICK, a rookie, finishing 10th. Let's go down to victory lane.
Were you aware that Bobby Allison was a lap down?
Yeah, I was. I knew he was a lap down, and Bobby, you know, being a gentleman he is, you know, he was going to try to crowd me and get by me if he, you know, could have with like 3 laps to go. But when we got with like 2 laps to go and 1 lap to go, you know, he held his line and actually helped me. He didn't hurt me, so I want to thank Bobby too. We just hung in there all day, and some breaks went our way, and the Folgers car just came through. You know, it was a little tough all day. I was just trying to get in the top 10 there for a while. Then we got to the 5th spot, and then I had to get from 5th to 1st. And luckily, everything worked to my advantage, and unfortunately, to some disadvantage for the other guys. But I'm having fun. Happy birthday, America.
Those tubes around Tim's neck feed his cool suit, which certainly worked today. The average speed, the slowest in the history of the Firecracker. There were 8 cautions for 58 laps and a couple of wrecks in which no one was hurt. 29 cars finished, and the margin of victory 1.39.
Ohio's Tim Richmond was not involved in the major announcement by his team last week, so he made his own fireworks. Mark Allen reports on the Firecracker 400 at Daytona.
A $500,000 mid-season bonus pie was to be divided following the Firecracker 400 among the top 10 teams in the point standings. The biggest slice was already assured to Dale Earnhardt in number 3, who again showed during portions of the 160-lap event why he's the Winston Cup points leader. The strongest of the strong seemed to be 88 Buddy Baker, but any one of a dozen cars were in the hunt in the slowest July 4th race ever. Cautions galore, the first for Pancho Carter's spin 5 laps in. Heads-up driving kept this a 1-car mishap. Not so 9 laps later when Ron Bouchard narrowed his Buick through the tri-oval. Defending champ number 10 Greg Sachs missed Bouchard but got a shove from behind, and along with Dave Marcus cut some grass. In the final going, misfortune struck many top cars. Daytona 500 champ Jeff Bodine's motor blew up. Cale Yarborough, Bill Elliott, and Earnhardt missed time pit stops under caution to fall a lap down. Hard as they tried, only Earnhardt could unlap himself from Baker and 25 Tim Richmond, who were staging their own private war for the lead. With 6 laps left, Earnhardt decided the race's outcome. In turn 1, his motor let go. Out of control, he pounded the wall just in front of the leaders. All seemed to get through untouched, but Baker suffered a cut tire from bent sheet metal. He finished 14th. None of the top 10 drivers had ever won at Daytona before, but Richmond's strong restart for the final 3-lap sprint propelled him to his 2nd win in 3 races. Sterling Marlin and Bobby Hillin next under the checkers in career-best finishes. Richmond was so thrilled he even proposed to his girlfriend in victory lane. She's thinking about it. We'll keep you posted. This is Mark Allen reporting.